is vulnerable to super high winds. And as you can tell, all the houses are like that. They all have these loose brick foundations. So here's the back of the house. The famous air conditioning unit that cost me $1 million. And this is the shed. It is attached, but it has its own cement foundation. So that's hence cement reinforced. I don't think that will go anywhere. And the roof is exactly how it looked when I bought it. So that's the roof. We do have a little sun roof there. That's right over the guest bathroom. That could potentially be vulnerable to high winds. The winds they expect here in Marion County, and you can see across the way they have a preponderance of big trees. Those are dangerous. Those if you get the super high winds, could come crashing down. I do not have any trees around me. Not another tree. Not even a house next to me. This is a plot for a house. Nothing. And nothing on the other side either. So there's nothing to fall. So anyway, that's how things look at approximately 4 o'clock. Again, mere hours, depending on what timeline you look at. We could get hit this morning, tomorrow morning, or we could get hit Monday morning or Monday afternoon, and I haven't the slightest idea. So I'll be back. Yeah, this is Sunday, approximately the same time as Saturday, and you can hear, though cannot see unless I get out here and you look at the ground, the rain. It has started. I say it's only about 3 o'clock, 3:15 on this day. Fewer cars. Still some folks hanging out. Probably all ran out of gas like I did. For the training. No wind in the trees yet. Well, they said this wasn't supposed to start until, what time was it? 2 in the morning. Monday, meaning, Sunday night or 2 in the morning, 2 o'clock, whatever time. I really don't know. I just got up. On my night schedule, trying to close the door here, the little latch and all that nonsense. I moved all my food supplies that were here, moved them all into the shed. Of course, I discover, what do I look like? Like I just got up, but who cares? I discovered water coming up through the cement, which happens. That means cement's porous. But a little discouraging if I do have to sleep there. Which I could probably do right now. But anyway, thus is thus. So it's earlier raining, or raining earlier. And we'll just see how this happens. How they keep changing. Again, they changed everything again. Twice. They actually changed it twice. They went from, we're going to get 60 mile an hour non-hurricane-ish winds to, no, it's going to go out to sea, come back in the west, and though we're north central, we're still considered southwest, Ocala, and we were going to get the 110 mile an hour winds. So I was like, oops. Because according to that modular homes, even though this place looks pretty stable, I guess if the wind hits it just right, the walls, follow me here because I can't follow it, become like sails, and literally the house could take off. So I may go for a ride. I may go for an unexpected flight. So, buttons, right? That was another one from my mom. Whenever I'd go, so, she'd go, sew buttons. Or if I'd try to go, listen, she'd go, listen, listen, the cat's pissing. Got my sense of humor from her, clearly. I really don't know what I'm trying to say other than that's it for now. I'm going to try to go out later if things develop. But you know, this camera, I tried to go out last night just to do like a night shot, eve before the day, and it shut down. I mean, it wouldn't even record. It's not like it gave me a low light warning. It just said auto power off. Okay. So I won't be able to give you a report at 2 in the morning, should things start picking up. It'll be this time tomorrow, assuming I'm not among the idiots who are dead, who didn't get out when they were told to. Because that's how I always think of it. You know, when people die in storms in areas where they were told to evacuate, but they didn't. I said, geez, that idiot, they were told to get out. So this time around, should that happen, I'll be that idiot. You have a wonderful day and be safe wherever you are. And we will talk again. Storm log, final entry. Well, I assume so. As you can see, the wind is still blowing. But, as I stumble out of my house, the wind is still blowing a bit. But, there's a little tree branch down over there. Just noticed that. But none of the big trees came down. No one's house that I can tell was crushed. Nothing down this way either. And my place is still where it was. See one of my neighbors out there. Maybe I should go ask them if they don't have any power either. Okay, well, I guess that wasn't the end of days there. I've decided to keep going. I'm now going to try to go somewhere. You see my reflection, and yes, it's what I really look like. Well, actually, I'm coming out here more to see if my cell phone will work outside of the house. Like I mentioned, I do not have any cell phone reception, or rather, no network service. So, that's what I'm going to try now, and I'll be back. If I could mount this on the dash, I would. But I don't think that would actually get me. It would have to be here. And that's not going to stay. But for now, it might. No. The phone did not work here in the car. So that means it's not... Sometimes that would happen. I'd have no network coverage in the house. Go figure. And then I'd come out in the car and I'd get it. So my house became a dead zone for a little while. So why am I in my car? I am going to risk life. And let me show you my gas gauge. Now, call me silly. Maybe this was all nothing. Can you see it? Yeah, I've got like this sliver of gas. Itty bitty sliver of gas. I did not think I would make it to the Humperdoo Elementary School that they suggested we here go to. The other place was further away. It was a high school, Lake Weir High School. That was the name. I knew it stuck out, Lake Weir, because of Bob Weir, the Grateful Dead, you know. That's the only way I remember names sometimes, is by association with other things, because I'm really awful with names. It's true. It's the one blank spot in my memory. I mean, I remember things going back to the 60s. But when it comes to names of people, yeah, faces, really good at. And some names have stuck out over the years, and I won't run down the list. But, for various reasons, I still remember certain people's names because they either were good friends or they just royally upset me. No, I'm going to go, I'm going to risk fate because I can't call AAA if my phone's dead or there's no network. If that went out, that's all I can assume is the cell phone coverage got zapped when the when the power lines got zapped. But that doesn't make any sense because the phone is like a Wi-Fi, it's in the air. So what, I don't know. And I can't call anybody to ask them. I can't call T-Mobile. That's great that T-Mobile, think about this, they have a technical support line. But what's the point if you can't use your phone? If you're having problems with your T-Mobile service, how are you going to call them if you can't call? Which circles back to the absurdities of emergency services. This is really bothering me. That emergency services would not be available during the emergency, which is essentially what the governor. And if I said Baker, I don't know why. That might be his name. I really honestly don't know who he is. I liked him at first because he was very direct. I saw on CNN him basically saying, my advice, this is, well, what advice would you, further advice would you give people, in Florida, down in Miami? He said, get out. That's the only advice to give you is get out. And then he went on about how emergency services will not come and rescue you, during the storm. They will not go out until it's deemed safe for them to go out. And, I kind of was like, yeah, this guy's being right to the point. He's being honest. But the more I've thought about the whole no emergency services, I'm like, well, that's what these people do. EMT stands for emergency medical transport. Yeah, transport, because it's essentially an ambulance. Emergency medical transport. Well, why, if you're not going to be available in emergency? Kind of takes the off your name, doesn't it? And when has the fire department or the police department or any of them never been available in a crisis? That's what they do. That's their job. It's part of the understanding of taking that kind of public service job is that you're going to go out in a blizzard or in a hurricane or in a, God forbid, a tornado. I mean, they're more dangerous than the other two because they zigzag. And they can just come in out of nowhere and get you. But when have they ever been said, sorry folks, we're going to wait till it's over? Yeah. I mean, really, that's like the police. What did I say earlier in a blip? I said it's like the fire department not coming to put your house out until it cools down. They won't come out anymore for three alarm fires. They're gonna wait till your house burns down, basically, and there's nothing but smoldering ruins, and then they'll come out. That would be the same thing as if the fire department, suddenly adopted that policy that they're not going to put their personnel at risk just because you were stupid enough to let your house catch fire. So here we are. Well, I'm going to try and drive. And, I've always said to a friend of mine, of course, today there won't be any horses out, that I'm going to I film with my left hand and right hand. I'm going to film the horses. Of course, there won't be any today. Well, I just spoke with another resident, and they're out of power too. And here comes someone else. Let me see how they're doing. Guy just played cop and said, yeah, everything all right? Yeah, because they're obviously no friggin' cops. Like I said, according to the governor, I guess all the emergency personnel were at the hospitals. So that justified it all. They were at the hospitals, which weren't being evacuated. and so they were helping out at the hospitals. Like, I guess the nurses and doctors weren't enough. This is the road I live off of, and as I said, there are no street lights, so you don't see them on the poles. There are telephone poles. I was wrong. I did say to somebody there were no telephone poles, but no, there are. But there are no street lights. You drive down here at night, and my oh my, you don't know where you are. There's Gateway Farms. See if there's any horses out. I'll just point it in that direction so I can look at the road. I don't see any horses today anywhere. But you know, there's this really creepy plot of land. It's coming up on here that nobody's bought in like a while, and right off, you know, what would be the grazing part of the you know, the pasture part, there's this forest. You know, this forest looking. You can see, yes, we lost some branches on trees, ladies and gentlemen. Now watch, there's going to be this huge log in the road. Actually, the neighbor I just spoke with said they saw gas. Yes, they saw gas. No, they saw gas at the place that I tend to go to. That's right after the Publix and after the Walmart. It's the craziest Walmart because there's no sign. If you don't know what's there, you don't know what's there. It's really bananas. Anyway, but imagine this at night. You know, pitch black except, you know, for your headlights. That's it, man. That's it. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. That struck me last night when the power went out. Just how dark. Here we go. Here's some grazing something. They may be cows, but there are some animals out. They braved the storm. And there we have some livestock right there. I think those are cows, actually. Yes, they are. Anyway, okay, more trees down. And here's the intersection. This is where Route 66, well, not 66, but it's Southwest 66. This is where the first neighbor I spoke with said they came down this way, because this is where I would have had to have turned to get to the elementary school. He said there were power lines down everywhere with no crews in sight to repair them. Oh, well, wait a minute. I don't have any lights. Oh, okay. No power. No lights. So this is really a crisis, folks. Here we go. Okay, you have the farmhouse. Then here's a plot of land that no one's tended to forever. Then behind it is this creepy-looking forest. Oh, we have a little bit of flood here. The lake ran over. Anyway. And it just looks like one of those haunted forests, doesn't it? You know, I hope you're getting this. I'm not really looking at the camera. But really creepy. Kind of creepy forest behind the lot no one tends. But apparently it's been on sale since I've lived here. Yeah, that's 4 years, coming on 4 years. I just round up. As far as I'm concerned, I'm already 58. Even though my birthday won't be till next March. I've already been here 4 years, even though that won't be till... What the hell is this? Whoops. Is that what I think it is? Is that all water?
Is it never going to get there?
I don't think so, no. I'm going to... Holy smokes.
That's 4 or 5 feet deep there.
Yeah, no, I'm not even going to risk it. Just going to turn around. Wow. I'll put the... Well, I just turned around. The water's washing. You always hear in the old movies like we must stay the night in the creepy mansion because the road is washed out. Well, the road washed out, folks. So that really sucks because that's, well, I could take 66 if I had to get out and just went stir crazy.